Hi everyone, Leah Rose here. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a spiritual medium and mentor, and I'm also the founder of the Goddess in You program for divorcing women to heal and rebuild their lives after divorce. And I'm so passionate about divorce and relationship issues because I've learned so much about myself through my divorce. And in fact, it was kind of a trigger for my spiritual awakening that opened my intuition and brought me into the line of work that I'm doing now. So it's a very passionate subject for me. And so today I'd like to talk a little bit about how we can shift from the mentality of victimhood in our relationships to empowerment, right? So often when we go through a breakup or a divorce, we feel like the victim. We feel like, okay, this person did X, Y, Z, and why is this happening to me again? And like, you know, what did I do to deserve this, right? And so I remember going through my divorce and even like during my relationship, I didn't really understand that I was playing a huge role in the relationship. I was allowing things to happen that weren't aligned with my best and highest good. And so then when I allowed those things to happen, I would then start to feel resentful or like a victim. But really, I had the control, like I had the power to change it. And I realized that after my divorce. And so in this video, I just wanted to talk about 3 kind of tips that really helped myself and also my clients to shift their perception and to start really living intentionally and to empower themselves to move forward after a breakup or divorce. So without further ado, tip numero uno. The first thing we have to do is we have to learn the lessons. And what I mean by that is we have to take a look at the role that we played in our relationships, right? We have to ask ourselves, what did we learn about ourselves and how do we take that information to inform our future relationships? So for example, my relationship was a very codependent relationship. And so I ended up sacrificing my needs for my partner to the point of losing who I was completely. And so my individuality and my self-care and my self-worth, took a serious hit through my relationship. I didn't know who I was anymore, and I became like a shell of the person that I once was. And so when I went through my divorce, it was really a process of me asking myself, well, okay, so I did these things, but is that my partner's fault? No, that's not my partner's fault. It wasn't, because I was the one who allowed it to happen. So then I had to ask myself, well, what do I want to do with this information going forward? And what I did was I began to create boundaries, right? Through asking myself, like, what are my needs? Right? So when I step into another relationship, what are my needs? What are my values? What are my expectations? And so then I was able to create boundaries around that. And so that brings me to tip number 2. And that is a lot of this process is also understanding where we're limiting ourselves, right? So throughout our lives, we develop these beliefs about ourselves, about our responsibilities, about our roles in relationship. And so, in my life, I had learned it was my job to take care of my significant others, right? It was my job to pick up the pieces when they couldn't do it. And I learned that it was my job to the point of I didn't even take care of myself, right? Like I sacrificed my needs, and that was my role. That was what I knew to do in relationships. And so when I really took a look at the belief behind that story, well, it was almost like I didn't think that I was worthy of anything more. right? Like I thought that this is just the way that it had to be, and this was just my job. And so what did I do? Well, I kept on attracting people that wanted someone to take care of them in that way, right? And so this belief of like, well, this is how it is, and this is my job, and this is all I'm worthy of, really lent itself to me tolerating things that were not aligned with my best and highest good. So I really had to kind of look inward and go back to childhood where these patterns started to develop and where these beliefs started to develop. And then I looked at all of my relationships, after that, and I really looked at the beliefs and the patterning around that, and then I rewrote them. And this is where you are empowered once again. We're not the victim, and we do have the power to rewrite our beliefs and rewrite our story. Okay, so I know now that I've looked at my needs, my values, my expectations, right? I've learned the lessons. Well, now I'm going to live with intention. I'm going to say, okay, well, I'm not living by this limiting belief anymore. I do deserve more. I want more. And that's my expectation going forward. I want a partner who is able to support me, and I'm able to support them in a healthy manner, right? And so this is where we really start to live intentionally. And by living intentionally and carrying healthy beliefs with us, we create healthy patterns because we start making healthy decisions. And then everything kind of falls into place. You start attracting what it is you truly want. But it's first like that piece of self-awareness, right? Learning the lessons, and then rewriting your beliefs so that you can make better decisions, so that you know that you are worthy and capable of all it is that you desire, right? And so once we've kind of rewritten these beliefs, well, now it's like, let's take a look at what we really want to create, right? So what I did early on, when I was going through my healing process, is I kind of made a list of exactly how I wanted to feel in the future. What did I want my life to look like? And I journaled around it, right? And I really wanted to step into that future version of myself. And so once I was able to really visualize and feel what I really wanted, I began to take, baby steps every day to align myself with the feeling of what I wanted to create. And it's funny because our lives are just a series of decisions, right? And so if you align yourself with what you truly want through intention setting, everything falls into place. You start making decisions that are going to perpetuate this higher expression of yourself, right? And so it was really a matter of like looking inward and saying, okay, well, what inspires me? What feels good? What is it I'm creating? How do I want to feel? And then taking baby steps toward that. So yeah, those three things I found very, very empowering through my whole healing process. And it really did set up a great foundation for me to move forward and for my clients to move forward. So I hope that you enjoyed and you really found some inspiration or insight into how to move forward and how to really shift your mentality as you move through your breakup or through your divorce. And you realize that you are the creator of your reality. It's all about you, right? Like you get to decide. You don't have to be a part of anything that you don't want to be a part of. And you get to create exactly what it is you want to create. We just have to be mindful and we have to live with intention. So if you have any questions or if you'd like me to make like a follow-up video, anything like that, let me know. Drop it in the comments below. And as always, like and subscribe if you want to see more videos. All right. I will see you next time. Bye.